Hi everyone, so today's look is the Wet n Wild Coloricon palette. The Earth looks small from down here. It just has this wonderful dupe of Gorgeous Gold. It looks like it's already been, blackened already, except Gorgeous Gold's a little bit darker when it has a black base underneath. Deep Truth, and this kind of reminds me of Swimming because it's too shimmery to be newly minted. So yeah, these are great shadows. The color payoff is terrific. And a lot of fun putting together this look for you guys. I don't typically like to wear blue looks. I usually have to be in a more eccentric mood to enjoy a blue look, so I guess I'm feeling pretty eccentric today. But also, I know a lot of you guys love to see swatches and reviews, so I'll be posting those now on my blog, cosmeticcouturier.blogspot.com. There'll be a link to that in the bottom bar. The link works. And so yeah, I hope that you enjoy this tutorial, and thanks so much for watching. Now I've already applied concealer under my brow bone just to give my eyebrows a little bit more of like an airbrushed kind of perfect effect, and then applied Urban Decay's Eden Primer Potion all over the lid and up to the brow bone. You can skip the concealer if you want, but I like to apply it above and around, and you can refer to my vegan foundation routine if you'd like, and I can always link that in the bottom bar, which I'm going to do since I mentioned it. I'm going to take NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Horseradish, just a really soft kind of limey green color, and since these are budget looks, I like to use budget products, even though I know that makeup connoisseurs do fish and hunt for these particular palettes. Even the ones that buy like Urban Decay, like me, I love to find these palettes. In another tutorial I can always reuse the palette without structure, but I always like to do one affordable look with these palettes. I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Coloricon palette in the Earth Looks Small from down here. To me this is kind of an unlikely duo. I just typically wouldn't think to see something this particular color up here, at least. It almost kind of reminds me of MAC Gorgeous Gold, but I don't know, it's like duochrome without being a duochrome. I'm going to take the Crease shade first. There's a whole entire blog post review I have, and there'll be my link to my blog spot in the bottom bar. I'm just going to take this up on the e.l.f. contour brush. Sorry, I'm kind of chatty today. And I'm just going to brush that through the crease with using the navy. I'm just going to do sort of my interpretation of a cut crease look. I know other gurus like Queen of Blending do more intensely cut creases, but we all have our own styles. I do love Queen of Blending though, but that is just her style, is the harsher cut crease. I'm just going to blend that out. Also sort of like a beginner's way to do like a cut crease if you're not like immune to doing it. It gives you kind of a feel for it, or at least just to do like a split look, a slightly different lid shade, and then your crease shade. Alright. I do have tutorials on transitional and kind of crease blending. This is sort of like a cut to the chase, no frills kind of beginner way of how I have done my crease work in the past. And now I'm just going to take that Browbone shade up on the e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush. You can also create a wonderful C-shaped crease with this brush as well as using it to pack on color. It's kind of fluffy and dense. You can also use it for the brow bone. And I'm just going to pat that on to the lid. And the Studio line and Mineral line of the e.l.f. brushes are vegan, in case you're wondering. I'm going to take more of that crease shade up on that same e.l.f. Contour brush. And we're just going to dab into the crease shade. And we're just going to deepen the outer bit of the crease. I'm just going to slightly pull it in, but don't pull the darkness all the way up into the inner part because it'll close off the eye. And typically there's BOGO's deals and sales, like I've mentioned a million times when I do these tutorials on Wet n Wild. I'm going to take one, this is now from the permanent line, it was rumored to be limited edition, but I'm going to take the I Got Good Jeans palette, which has the sky blue, dark blue, and gold. So as you can tell, my major complaint with Wet n Wild right now would be 101 versions of Deep Truth. I'm going to take that sky blue and we're just going to blend out the crease. We're just taking a blender brush. That deep blue is great, obviously, but if you have other palettes with similar colors, you may want to skip on these unless you're just a Wet n Wild collector or you want to play with this fun shade that I used on the lid. So I'm just blending that out to eliminate harsh lines. I'm going to take that eyelid shade, which is just that bright green, and we're going to take that up on that other side of that e.l.f. paddle brush. I'm just going to pack it into the outer bit, and you could flip the brush over that has some remainder of the gold shadow and just sort of blend it together. Now since we've already taken that I Got Good Genes palette, we'll just go ahead and take the gold and we're just going to dab that into the center of the lid and just brighten that up so our eyes look very bright. If you want, you can also reverse the color scheme. You could do the blue lid. You could do like the light blue on the lid and then the dark blue in the outer corner and then this bright, you know, fun color right here in the to blend out the crease, and then just do this dark green in the outer bit of the crease. That'll also be a fun look. I'm going to take NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil and Milk, and you can see I've left that little space open right in through here. We're just going to go ahead and color that in, and then I'm just also going to do the outer brow bone. And then you might want to clean up your milk or sharpen it to get rid of any color that might have gone on there. I'm just going to blend that out with my finger. I wouldn't want to rub too hard with like a loose brush or whatever because the colors could get muddy. Or you could just do the NYX Jumbo Milk prior to the eyeshadow, and that'll also eliminate some stress you might have with possibly creating muddy looks. And then I'm just going to blend out the milk. I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Vanity palette and pick up this Orb kind of dupe. It's a dupe of MAC's Orb. Just a light peachy shade. You can go ahead and take any Browbone color that is great for your skin tone. And we're just going to go ahead and pull down the shadows in the crease a little bit because they're a little harsh. And then I'm just going to take the inner tear duct and do the exact same thing. Just point the brush towards your eye. You know, just pick a light weight, large fluffy brush, and that will just sort of fix everything for you. If you have trouble making your crease work muddy, you could always just take a blender instead. So that cleans it up a lot. I'm going to take that I Got Good Genes palette, and we're going to take this gold down here, right there, and we're just going to blend a little bit of that right in the inner tear duct. You can even take the blue if you'd like, but I think the gold will make it pop and look bright. I don't think the blue would make it look very popped or bright, so I'm just going to do the gold. I'm going to take MAC's Chromographic pencil in NW25 and C30, and we're just going to brighten up the waterline. You can go ahead and take any Topazzy liner. I'm going to go back with NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Horseradish, and we're just going to go a little bit underneath the lower lash line. Now if you didn't pull down enough gold when we did the gold right here, you could always drag a little bit more. Now I'm going to take the Browbone shade from the Earth Looks Small from down here, and we're just going to blend that into the outer bit of the under eye, or sorry, the center inner bit of the under eye. And then we're just going to take the eyelid shade, which is that green, and then we're just going to pull that like so. And then for the very outer piece, I'm going to sort of connect this sort of outer ombre dark blue color. And we're just going to reutilize the entire palette under the eye. And just smudge that out. So there is a bit of a disconnect, obviously, but it sort of reconnects the whole look together underneath the eye. I'm gonna take the Urban Decay 24/7 waterproof liquid eyeliner in Perversion, and we're just going to pop a little bit of that on the upper lash line. Because this is a fun, kind of unconventional blue and green look. The colors are very different. I'm going to take a little bit of unconventional lashes. I'm going to take Ardell's just for fun vivid lashes. These are in sparkles. They're actually a little bit more softer on. They're just sort of like a kind of like a wispy-esque lash, the same style and cut, but with rainbow glitter. So I'm going to pop those on and be right back. Now for blush, I think it's kind of expected to see a tropical peach cheek, so I want to go in with a bright pink cheek, and I'm going to take a little bit of MAC's Pink Swoon. You can go ahead and take any bright pink blusher that you want. I don't think I have a bright pink drugstore blush, so I'm just going to take this. If you have a bright pink drugstore blush, take it if your heart desires. I'm just buffing that on with an EcoTools brush. This is a sheer tone blush, so it's not going to go on too bright. But either way, if you take like a stippling brush, you're just going to get like a hint of that juicy color. So it'll keep it really attractive. And I always keep the blush pigmentation far back and then just sort of brush it forward. I know a lot of people like to start on the apple of the cheek and then push it back. You can do that if you want, but given my face shape is very angular, I feel that that's sort of competing with my particular face shape. But go ahead and do whatever works best for you. Alright, so for lips, I'm going to take a little bit of Urban Decay's 24/7 lip liner in Wallflower, and we're going to line our lips and fill them in. Now for lipstick, I'm going to take Viva Glam Gaga 2, which is just this pretty nude that's supposed to be universally pleasing nude. And Viva Glam Gaga Lip Glass, the original Gaga. And this will be re-promoted in December. So I hope that you enjoyed this look, and thank you so much for watching.